Hey guys, I'm here with a Go Control deck profile. Like I commented in the last deck profile, which was Dimorphia, I will be doing a giveaway on this video. All you have to do is like and be subscribed, and you also have to comment what your thoughts are on, I guess, Ghosts from the Past or what you think about this deck. Completely up to you. Comment really anything, it doesn't matter. But for the giveaway, what we're going to be doing, let me set these out. It is going to be one apple magician girl, one chocolate magician girl, and I believe one, I can't put it down, limit magician girl. Sorry about that. It's a little weird trying to do it in a mirrored screen. But yep, so it's going to be all three of these secret rare. They have quite a little bit of value. I believe Chocolate Magician Girl is the most expensive, being around $4 to $5, and the other two around $1.50 to $2. So a good little small giveaway. But with that aside, we'll go ahead and jump into the deck profile. And some of them are pretty nice rarity. So if they are a cool card, then I'll just kind of hold them up to the camera as best as I can to showcase them. Need to switch cameras real quick. Okay, so starting out, there, this deck does play a lot of single, like one copy cards, so it does make it a little bit choppy. But the first card we got is, let's pull it out here, Azure Priest. This does have my Hobby League collection in it, so we're gonna have one Azure Priest, one Graceful Charity. Graceful Charity is just busted though. One Sangan, one DDD Warrior Lady, or DD Warrior Lady, not DDD. One Heavy Storm, one Mystical Space Typhoon, one Nobleman of Crossout, or actually two, sorry. Two Scapegoat, one Pot of Greed, which is an ultimate rare, by the way. And actually, let me get these together. There's going to be two Book of Man. There's one of them is an ultimate rare, and actually one is a Turbo Pack ultra rare. I need to get my other ulti Book of Moons. Next, we have one Delinquent Duo. It's like also probably one of my favorite cards in the game. It's just a really broken card. We also have one Sinister Serpent, secret rare promo. One Morphing Jar. This is not high rarity per se, but it is a rare out of the Champion Pack 2. I also have the super rare from the OTS pack. I just like the rare better. I just think it looks clean. We have one Jinzo, which is not, this is not typical of the Go Control deck, but I actually really like this card. And even though it shuts your traps down, I mean, like this format is marked by a lot of traps. So this chip card is just really good. And that is from the Mega 10 reprints back in 2004. Next, we have, I'm going to try to make room for the other cards. Scoot these over. When we get to the end, I'll try to lay them out for you in case like you're trying to build the deck and you want to screenshot it or something. But for now, I think maybe it's best if I just do a few at a time and then move them over. Instead of having the camera up high where you can see everything at once, when I do that, you can't really see the individual card rarities and stuff as well. It just kind of like, you can tell what card it is, obviously, but I thought it would be a little bit cooler to showcase them a little bit closer up. We have two Tsukiyomis. These are the ultra rares. I eventually do want to get the ultimate rares, but they are pretty costly. But this is the second highest rarity of this card, and I think these look pretty good as well. Next we have one Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, and one Mirror Force. We are also going to have, let's see here, 2 Sakareso armor. Unfortunately, they don't really have any hollow prints of this, except for, I think there's one super rare, but it's like out of a tournament pack, so it's really expensive. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a few supers from tournament packs for this deck that you can get that are, you know, several $100s at least. Next, we have 2 Dust Tornado. These are the dual terminal, I think from dual terminal 1. Next, we have 1 Blade Knight, also dual terminal. And then this is like a staple for this G.O.A.T control, but we have 2 Metamorphosis. And we are also playing 1 Snatch Steal and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. Bottomless Trap Hole is really good too, especially for dealing with cards like the Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. But that's going to wrap that section off. All right. Next, we have 2 Magician of Faith, ultra rare from Duelist Saga. And then we're going to have 1 Break of the Magical Warrior. This is a secret rare from the Speed Duel box. These actually look really good, and I would suggest picking these up if you don't have yours yet. And then 1 Premature Burial. This is a Pharaoh's Servant ultra rare, unlimited. And then we're going to have 2 Magical Merchant. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck as far as strategy wise. I really want these super rares more than anything, but they are around $250 a piece. But if any of y'all have them and you're looking to offload them, I would definitely consider making you an offer. Next, we have 2 Aeronite Parshath, secret rares from Speed Duel. These are definitely nice. They have a decent attack stat, but really it's just the drawing a card every time you inflict battle damage, which is really nice. Oh, I forgot we have 3 Metamorphosis. Sorry, not 2. But like I said, we'll lay all of them back out in like their orders so you can see the whole deck at once. And then we have 1 called the Haunted ultra rare. This is also Pharaoh's Servant, but this is a rewave. This is not a rewave. This is unlimited, but it's from the original Unlim set. You can tell it's got the magic card instead of spell card. And then the last card for our main deck is going to be Tribe Infecting Virus out of Magician's Force, super rare. Like I said, that's going to wrap out the main deck. So my extra deck is not complete. And it's because usually when I'm playing, I don't really use my extra deck too often. But I do need 2 more of these 1,000 die restricts. I only play 1, but usually I only go through 1 in a game. You could go into 2, but there's no way to search Metamorphosis, which is your only way to get into fusions with this deck. But I do have 1 Metal Dragon, just some kind of various levels on Flame Ghost, because I do have Snatch Steal as well. So if you steal their monsters, it's nice. And then I do have 1 Last Warrior from another planet. And this is from Legend of Darkness, I think. Legacy of Darkness, maybe. No, Labyrinth of Nightmare. Sorry. I always get LON and LOD mixed up. Pretty clean looking card. And that is going to round out for the extra deck for now. Like I said, it's not complete. But if you were playing this, what I would do is play 3 1,000 Eyes and then just play like one fusion of every different level from the time period. Like I said, it doesn't really matter too much. There's no limit on how many cards you can play in your extra deck for GOAT format, but you don't really need too many. All right, I'm going to try to lay everything out so that you can see everything. If you're not familiar with GOAT format, it's basically from a specific era. I think in 2005, at a specific ban list. I think it was like the September ban list in 2005. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's around that time period. And it's considered to be the greatest format of all time. I don't know if I agree with that per se, but I will say it's one of the funnest formats. Like if you like, I'll just continue on putting these out, but if you like playing very long drawn out games where like the advantage switches at any given moment with like each draw, this is definitely the format for you, because games take like 30 minutes, not matches, like individual games, depending. I mean, sometimes you can get blown out, but there's no like, you know, there's not like really established boards or anything like that you have to deal with. Not really any negates. And I think you can play, if you go on Dueling Book online, you can build your GOAT format deck, and then they have like a GOAT format like league on there. Snatch Steal. The glare is terrible, so I kind of need to move these down back over here. I'm trying to keep them pretty tight. Because I want you to be able to see all of them at once, because I think that is pretty helpful. That's what when I'm watching deck profiles, I usually like to screenshot it. That way I can go test the deck out for myself. Whereas it's like a little bit of a pain to like pull up your Dueling Book or Dueling Nexus and try to build it like, you know, card by card from someone speaking. There's your 2 Dust Tornadoes. I think glare is less is a problem right here. I think it might be a problem there. Yeah, so I'm going to continue down here. Those are 2 Book of Moons. Your Paw of Greed. Your 2 Scapegoats. Your Delinquent Duo. Morphing Jar. Sinister Serpent. Jinzo. 2 Noblemen. Mystical Space Typhoon. Heavy Storm. DD Warrior Lady. Sengan. Graceful Charity. And a Zero Priest. And hopefully you can see all the cards there. So if you wanted to take a screenshot, you can. Trying to get this to where you can see all of them. I think that's pretty decent. It's a little foggy on the left. It's a little hard to get the video focused all the way around. Like some of the picture looks pretty good. And then if you get further to the left, I guess because there's less light over there. But yeah, hopefully that is good enough. And then here's your extra deck once again. As far as what I'm playing, like I said, I would play 3 of these, but 3,000 dice restrict. And these don't really matter. Like I said, just play multiple levels in case you like use Snatch Steal and take your opponent's card. And then I do like playing this card as well, which is the Last Warrior from Another Planet. But yeah, that is going to end the deck profile. But real quickly, I think I will kind of go over a little bit about what I know from this format, because it's a little bit different from the GOAT format. So one thing to note is it doesn't matter if you're going first or if you're going second, you draw a card your first turn. So like if you open 5 cards your first turn, you still draw 1 card, so you get 6, which is awesome, but we had to change that because there was too much advantage being able to have 6 cards on your first turn. That's like the only advantage you get going second is having an additional card. So I'm glad they did change that, but for the purposes of G.O.A.T format, it doesn't really matter too much, but it's super awesome. I guess too, there's a market watch aspect to these cards as well. I think you should be picking up a Zero Priest. You only need to play 1 copy in the deck. Basically what it does is you can, whenever you normal summon it, you can, when you go to battle phase, you can attack every monster your opponent controls. And it does have 1700 attack, which is pretty beefy for this format. And it does return to your hand on the end phase. It's I just really like the artwork on this card, and it's from Hobby League 4, which I think has some of the best foiling. They did do a better job progressively each time they released a Hobby League. If you look at some of the Hobby League ones, they're not as strong. Like I'll give an example. Here's a Hobby League 2, which is Sangan, which you can tell. This one's still pretty good, but it's not as noticeable as like your Azura Priest. There's definitely like a little bit more foiling, with a better foiling on the Azura Priest. This is Hobby League 6, which they did a pretty good job with. I don't know, I think even Hobby League 4 still has, I don't know, maybe that's pretty good. It might just be because Azura Priest has like a little bit darker color of a background, so it's a little bit more noticeable. Here's Hobby League 2 again. This one's not very noticeable. Like barely at all, really. So yeah, that's a little weird. This one is Hobby League 2, but this one's a lot more noticeable. I don't know what the deal is with Heavy Storm, but it's not really showing. I'm trying to find a Hobby League 1 for reference. Maybe I don't have one actually. I thought I did. I think I did have some more Hobby League cards, but I ended up selling them. One of them was called The Haunted. It kind of got bought up, so I decided to sell it. Oh, I guess we do have Scapegoats too, but those are Hobby League 5. But I guess I will kind of go over some of the strategies of this deck. What this deck is kind of notable for. I'll show you this combo. I mean, a lot of the cards you're playing, like Sacrifice of Armor and stuff, and like Mirror Force and Bottomless Trap Hole, is to kind of control the game, like not let them deal damage to you, like meanwhile trying to steal their monsters and stuff. But where is, so one of the combos involves Scapegoat and Metamorphosis. Basically what you would do is one, activate your Scapegoat and get your 4 tokens, because that prevents your opponent from dealing direct damage to you because they have to fire through all those tokens. But also you can use your Metamorphosis on one of your Scapegoat tokens and go into your Thousand Eye Restrict, or yeah, Thousand Eye Restrict, and then you can take one of your opponent's monsters, which is really good, and then attack them with it. But the other thing is this is what I kind of want to mention about the Azura Priest, why I think it's a pretty good card to play as a one of. You probably will, if you're playing in this format, you probably will go into some mirror matches. And if they have their Scapegoat tokens, you can almost summon your Azura Priest and then attack every Scapegoat token to get rid of them, to prevent them from using Metamorphosis next turn. And also just clear the board, not let them have tributes. I think you can tribute the tokens. No, they can't be used as tributes. But yeah, the other thing is too, you have a lot of cards that kind of, so we'll put these, I'm going to put these power cards down here. Of course, you have your Graceful Charity. But you have a lot of cards that kind of search your deck. I would even kind of count this because this is going to let you draw whenever you attack. But mainly these three, these let you dig your deck for, spell or trap. And these are your 3 power cards. And I think most, every deck is pretty much going to play these like in this format. Delinquent Duo, if you don't know, because it's been banned for so long, it basically, you pay 1,000 life points and randomly select and discard 1 card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent then selects and discards another card from his or hand by their choice. So you basically have to rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand for free. And then, of course, these are draw cards, getting you into some other power cards. But the other thing is the strongest monster that you have, and it's usually a game ender for your opponent. It's usually a game ender if you can get it out, is your Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. And one cool interaction with your Graceful Charity is if you activate your Graceful Charity, and let's say that you already have like Parsha, and let's see what else. Let's say you have Parshath and Tsukiyomi in hand. You activate your Graceful Charity and you just draw 3 cards, whatever it is. But one of them is your Envoy of the beginning. What you can do is discard, a light and dark monster, and so that you can special summon this by banishing those monsters, which is super strong. That's why Graceful Charity is really good. I mean, if we had this today, it would be insanely good for so many decks. But yeah, that's the core strategy of this deck. It's it's a control deck. You're just trying to control what your opponent's able to do, and you're supposed to out resource your opponent. Really, this deck gets into a lot of resources from the deck. It's able to search a lot of your power cards. Not directly, you can't. It's really hard to search your deck for anything, but you get to draw a lot of cards, which helps you cycle into the cards that you need. Other than that, like I said, like and subscribe and comment for the giveaway of the 3 different Magician Girls. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.